Sync licensing teams use Disco, but they also spin up spreadsheets to track the pitch process. In this video series, I'm going to show you how to combine the two workflows into a single coherent system by connecting Airtable to Disco using Claude. Let's get right in. First, head into Claude. Make sure that you're connected to the Airtable base that you want to be working on. Drop in the prompt that I'm leaving for you in the comments. It's starting here by writing the two automation scripts, which we'll get to in a second. And then I'll say, now build the base. I'm going to do a split view so you can see what's going on. You saw it just created artists. Now it's going to start creating the fields. It knows what fields to create based on the Disco API documentation itself. One by one, you see these fields are being created. All right, it looks done. Let's wait for them to tell us that it is. All fields created. Now we need to import some data. We're going to use an artist called Who Killed XIX. The first track is going to be called Migraine. The artist is Who Killed XIX. The album is called Pullback. Genre, pop, punk. ISRC, let's just put something in here like that. 2022, the release date, 2022, let's just say 89 BPMs. Grouping, NA, track number 7, comments. Now this is where you're going to put the label copy. For now, I'll just put dummy text, but that's how you're going to get label copy to go from Airtable into Disco. Lyrics, again, just we'll put some dummy lyrics in here for you to see, and then we'll start adding some tags. We'll say it's rock, electric guitar, energy, party, mid-tempo, mainstream, clean, so forth. And now we need the file for this audio, and we need the file for the artwork. It's not just like Dropbox files or Google Drive files. You need these files to be hosted on a server. And if you don't already have that, we use Wasabi for this. It's like $7 a month for a terabyte of storage. So you come in here, you get the artwork file, you come back into Airtable, you drop it in, do it again for the audio. In this case, copy it here, drop it in, and then we have to now add the scripts to the automation. So come back into Claude, and as part of the prompt that we asked, we had it create two automation scripts. The first one we'll take and we'll copy it, come into Airtable, come into automations, and we'll create our first automation. When record matches conditions, in the tracks table, where the disco sync status is trigger, then only if the disco track ID is empty, run this specific script. Okay, so let's get ourselves a record to test with, and we'll set that up as trigger. We'll come in here, we'll identify that record, pass these conditions, come into the script itself and test. Now, if you look, Disco has no tracks. And by the time we successfully get this automation to run, it will have created a track for us. You're going to come in, there's going to be some errors. In this case, I forgot a very important step. We have two input variables that need to be defined. I forgot to do it. So we're going to say the record ID from Airtable, and the Disco subdomain in my case is relational. And we also have to tell them what the Disco API token is, which I've installed as a secret in Airtable's backend. Let's test it again. I'm into Disco, refresh. There you go. Migraine, artwork, artist, waveform, it's coming in, pullback, comment, composer, so on. Hit the info button, you see your comments. This is where your label copy is going to live. This is all the metadata we brought in. You've got your lyrics, you've got your tags, right? These are all the tags we put in. And back in Airtable, you've got the Disco URL. Amazing. Now, the second script is for purposes of updating. So we'll copy that, come back into the automation. Let's duplicate this condition and change it to be where track is not empty. Overwrite this script. And this is basically saying that if the track doesn't exist, then create it. If it does, go find it and update it. So we're going to change something here. We're going to change the BPMs to, I don't know, 125. We'll change the grouping to, we'll call this, I don't know, pullback album grouping or something. And then the comments, we're going to put in, this is where the label copy goes. Something like that. Composer, we'll say Alex Calderon and Kareem Patterson. And now let's turn this baby on, trigger this again, and see what happens. Now you can see it's working. It's synced. It logs a new synced timestamp. Everything else stays the same, but we come in and refresh. And now you have your updated comments. You see, this is where the label copy goes. You've got your composers. And now you can manage your disco library from within Airtable, which is going to allow us to then extend the capability of disco into whatever we want. We can make a sales CRM to track our pitches, to track our playlists, to create playlists, and so on and so forth. So follow this series where we're going to go into all of the functionalities that you can create using Airtable, Claude, and Disco. Thanks so much.